What's Shakin Shake Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Milkshake with the Boys podcast. As you know, we've got the core four, the regular four. We've got Damon,
Hey, Ed.
Kerwin,
Hi, Ed.
and Big Das.
Ahoy, boys! I like that name, the Core Four. This is good.
The core four. Look,
Yeah.
I was doing
Poor
some
nugget.
brainstorming before, and I was like, I might try it out in the podcast. We don't really have a core four at the moment, but it was sort of
So
just chucking the idea
Actually,
out.
no,
been
that's
thinking about it all
true.
day, is what you're saying.
That potentially stitched up Nugget a bit because I'd say him and Kieran are pretty on par so far. But
Well, I think this is Kerwin's fourth, and Nuggets done
Fourth, yeah.
2. No, 3.
oh, okay.
No, so they're
Okay.
even apart from Kerwin's in this one, and Nuggets not.
Yes, so we're
Okay.
not even.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, it's not a contest. We're happy to have you here when you're here, and I'm happy to be here when I'm here.
Oh,
Um,
good. Make me feel welcome. Thank you.
Anyway, I'll cut the blabbering because we've got a lot to go over this week, and I think we should honestly just get right into our first topic, which
Let's do
I'm
it.
very proud to announce. In the past, we have done a most overrated segment.
Oh, a bit of a
Really-
spoiler there. You spoiled it.
A bit of slip of tongue there, yeah. Well, in the past, we've done our most overrated. So just anything that we think is overrated.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, what we had someone said Coke was overrated.
That was me.
Yep.
I said
someone
Horses by Daryl Braithwaite,
Horses.
which I stand by. Amongst some criticism from the fans that have given feedback,
Yeah,
I
the
still
fans didn't
believe
like that one, but
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
But look,
I was
that's
here
all
for
right.
you, Das.
Thank you.
What'd you say again, Kerwin? What was it? You were there for that one.
What's coffee?
Iced coffee, and I said Pulp Fiction. So
That's right.
some pretty hot takes, but anyway, hopefully we don't stir up as many of our fans this week because we're
Ooh.
going to introduce you to the most underrated segment. So
Yes.
essentially the same idea. We'll pretty much just talk about what we think is an underrated item or idea or just whatever floats your boat. Kerwin's looking buzzing to go, so we'll start it off with Big Kerwin. What have you got to say, mate?
Geesh. To be honest with you, I was really hoping you'd pick me last.
I'm happy to bail you out, Kieran. I can start off if you like. I'm
I
ready to
need
go.
5.
Okay, well I'll start us off.
Look how
then.
prepared he is,
Um,
fans.
I don't know if you'd say underrated, potentially, maybe just disliked. But my most underrated thing is the flavor vanilla. Now, I'm a big fan of the flavor vanilla. It's my preferred Macca's milkshake flavor. I don't think it deserves the misleading label it has of being synonymous with generic and boring.
Or
Plain,
plain.
Because,
Spot
or
on.
plain, exactly. Because I
It's
think
not plain,
vanilla.
it's vanilla.
Well, exactly. This is my point, Kieran. Thank you. I
Yeah.
think it can be quite a very nice flavor. Like, people don't make all these crazy flavors of custard, do they? They make vanilla custard because it's a classic and it tastes good. And I really don't think there's much wrong with a good vanilla ice cream, like the connoisseur type of vanilla flavor where, you can see the beans in it. I
Yeah.
think that's quite a nice and enjoyable flavor. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have in real life copped criticism from people when I've ordered a vanilla ice cream somewhere at like an ice cream shop, not by itself. I will say it. I have another flavor with it, but I don't like clashing flavors, and vanilla just complements things very well, I find. So, look, I think it's quite versatile. You can have it with other things. It tastes good by itself, and that's why I think it's been underrated because people discard it as being boring or plain. When, as you said, Kerwin, it's not. It is a distinct flavor, and I think it's quite good.
And there's something else to take out of what you said there, Das, and that you've got an incredible ice cream strategy.
What's the strategy?
Because ordering a flavour and a vanilla. So not a
Not always.
flavours.
It depends on the flavor I'm getting. So, like, if there's a flavor I always want a 2 scoop. 1 scoop is no point going to ice cream if you're only going to get 1 scoop. I reckon going to get at least
Yeah,
2.
I feel like that's
And if there's a good flavour that is quite bold that I would like, but I normally don't want another bold flavour that's going to clash.
Example?
Yeah,
And
oftentimes I found myself with a 2 scoop, one of cookies and cream and one of chocolate mint, and you had to
see, that's
before they melted into each other and became.
See, I don't know. You've got the combining flavour of chocolate there, I guess, with like chocolate cookies. But for me, that's too
Bold.
different. Whereas too bold, yeah, sure, too bold. Emma, thank you. I can't think of an example I've done off the top of my head. I don't do it very often, I must say. I normally do go for like a complementing flavour that isn't vanilla, rather than one that just doesn't clash.
Yeah.
It's like I go for a chocolate and like a hazelnut, something like that, something that goes well. But on the rare occasion where I do get something in a vanilla, I've been picked on for it, basically.
Well,
because people think it's boring.
you briefly touched on it, but it's the versatility of vanilla as a flavor which makes it really consistently enjoyable. Like as you're saying, you've got vanilla yogurt, ice cream, milkshake flavoring.
Yeah,
it's just
on the
such a
milkshakes
versatile
actually.
flavor.
Going back to my Macca's milkshake. Speaking of versatility, if you order chocolate or strawberry, and you know how you get a little bit left over. If you order chocolate or strawberry, you're going to be annoyed if you've got one of the opposite to that, a little bit left over in the bottom of your milkshake. If you've ordered chocolate, you've got a little bit of strawberry in there.
Too, so be the first
that's
thing
annoying.
Yeah,
it is. And if you've ordered a strawberry and there's a little bit of chocolate in there, you're going to be annoyed. But if you've ordered a vanilla or a chocolate or a strawberry, you're not going to be concerned if you've got another bit of vanilla in your chocolate or strawberry in your vanilla. I think they just, because it's just versatile and works well. So I think that is its main strength. You're right, Ed. Versatile.
Yeah. No, great decision there, Darth. I really respect that
you.
one. It's not my favorite flavor, but yeah, it's so versatile that you can't knock it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'll give Kerwin another hour because he still looks like he's having a think
you might
about what
go
he
next
wants
episode,
to say.
maybe.
Yeah. But we'll go to Damo next.
All right. Well, I've got a prop here. You can edit this out if we can't hear it. But got this little tin.
Oh.
And it's
Cocktail
not what's
cheese ruffs.
That's not what's inside the tin, though, Dust.
Oh. I can't hear if you're just trying to make a shake noise.
Exactly. What do you think was shaking in the tin?
Well, we couldn't hear it. I could just see
the
you
point
doing
that we can't hear it?
Why am I
Currency.
disturbed?
Oh,
currency.
Oh, the 5-cent coins, is it?
Not just 5-cent coins, but just physical cash in general. I think it's underrated.
Damon collects 5-cent coins, and I thought this was his collection that he was shaking around.
Part of
but
it.
He's just gone for cash.
Well,
part of the collection.
Cash in the hand is worth more than cash in the bank.
I thought you were trying to make a point about how good grandma biscuit tins are.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a discussion for another time.
Well, they're versatile, aren't they?
I was going to say that.
Sewing
Very
kits.
versatile. Yeah.
Change.
Actual biscuits.
That's a stretch.
Well, sorry, yeah.
Actual biscuits for about a day. Geez. So what is it about it about like currency, physical currency that makes it underrated, Damo?
Well, we'll start with as Dar started to explain. I do collect 5-cent coins. Don't really get to collect so much anymore, seeing as though I'm locked at home and I've kind of already collected all of them that are lying around at home. But I'd pick them up at school, the shopping centre. People just disregard them. Because one day, a few years ago when I started, I saw on, I think it was The Project, one of the very few times that I actually watched it, they said that 5-cent coin actually cost 6 cents to make. And they were thinking of discontinuing them because they were, making them at a loss. And I thought, well, hang on. If I get a 5-cent coin that actually costs 6 cents to make, that's stonks. I'm making tons of money. Small gains, Macca's little wins. So I started collecting
We're not
them.
sponsored by Macca's. I might stipulate that. We've had a lot of Macca's mentioned so far. We're not sponsored, but we'd welcome one. Macca's, if you want to give us a sponsorship.
Well, we've got
on board with that.
We
2
won't cost
ex-employees.
We do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crew trainer.
Two of the finest.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
Wow, geez, I can't say I'm completely convinced on the general idea of currency being underrated.
That wasn't the whole spill, though.
Okay, then.
I didn't even know
give
what
me the whole spiel.
Sorry, I did interrupt him. Go on, Damo.
My bad.
Well, that's just the 5-cent coin collection.
Yeah.
But, I also do like a little bit of, notes as well to use when we are paying for things out in the big wide world. So one thing about cash, which is pretty cool, is it's non-traceable. In the world these days, there's lots of, security, privacy issues that people are worried about. And, if you use some cash, bank can't see where you're going, what you're spending it on, all this kind of thing.
Of course, you bought your plane tickets with
cash.
With
not the most untraceable of things to purchase with an untraceable method of purchase.
Yeah, you'd have to do well to buy them with cash.
Well, a famous Australian movie, The Castle. What is it with wogs and cash? So some people out there love cash just as much as me.
Yeah, cash. I like it, Damo.
I just don't feel like it's underrated, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
What I think
cash is very much appreciated.
I don't think it is.
Strategy. Because he's invested his time and effort into getting 5-cent coins that may well potentially be discontinued, and then they're going to become a collector's item. So people might actually...
Well, this is true.
People,
but also
50 years' time might be wanting $1 or $2. Damon could up his asking price for his 5-cent coins. If he finds the right buyer, and he can get proper reach.
I see the point there, Kieran, but we did used to have 1 and 2 cent coins, and people have abundance of them, and they're not worth anything, really.
But you see, a 5 cents is worth 5 times more than a 1 cent.
You've got me there, Kieran. Yeah.
How much more is it worth than a 2 cent? Quick math, Kerwin.
2.5 times.
Oh, very nice. Well, there you go, Damo. You saved economically because of Kieran's quick thinking there.
It'd be hard to trip me up on my maths.
Kerwin's a very financially savvy man.
Yeah, he's usually pretty smart.
I put my faith in him.
So I must say, Damo, I do tend to prefer being cashless.
Exactly, which is why cash is underrated and underappreciated.
Yeah.
I don't entirely
I'm trying to think of situations when I have needed cash and I've been without it.
Give you one, just as an example.
Even like
go on,
for parking or something like that.
That was going to be one, but also...
But you can do that now on an app, Kerwin. Most places.
No, but like street parking, not like uni parking.
No, yeah, you can use the app for the street parking. I don't know what it's called.
Depends how posh the area is you're living in.
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on the area. But like in Box Hill, you can just, there's an app.
Can guarantee they're not in Terang.
Yeah.
Well, true. But
actually, there's a thing in Terang called free parking where anyone can park wherever they want.
I feel like Terang are ahead of their time, I think.
Or hundreds of years behind, whichever way you want to look at it.
Either way, I think you're winning.
Go on, Damo, give me an example.
That place I love to go, Tathra, the bakery, is cash only.
Yes, this is what I was going to say.
Best bread in town, small towns. Sometimes they don't have the
Yeah. Even like the facilities to actually provide an F+ service.
Yeah, that's
There's
the
a
word I was
place near my
looking for.
work I like to get lunch, and they have an FOS minimum of $10. And the
Yeah.
lunch special I like to get is $8.50. So if I don't have cash, I have to spend more than what I need to get the lunch special.
And just buy
So
yourself
that's
an
the
extra.
only real time
Treat
I
yourself.
was
What an excuse.
treat myself.
You have to pay for another item to use your card.
Well,
so you may
well,
as
exactly. But I don't need another item, Kieran. I'm quite content just having my lunch special, which is a curry and rice. It's quite filling. And sometimes they make me buy a drink or something unnecessary because there's water at the office and drinks at the office. And so that's the real main time where I'm like, I try and manage my cash flow so I have $8.50 on a day I'm working. But that's the only time, Damon, where I'm conscious about needing cash. Besides that, I try and be cashless.
What I've got from this is many, many reasons why cash is valuable and why you should have it. I still don't understand. I still don't see how it's underrated though. Like
Well,
tradies,
Yeah.
I think,
they want cash in hand.
But-
Benefits. No, you're not
There's-
getting taxed for cashies.
there's a lot
There's
of
so
people
many
like
benefits.
Das though.
Which means it costs the client less as well.
Yeah, but
So
like,
it costs you less.
is DAS the minority or the majority?
That's the
Majority,
thing. I
I'd
don't know
say.
if. Okay,
Das-
fair
It's
enough.
coming
feel like it's
towards the
moving-
majority.
Yes, it is slowly
Dana's
coming towards
definitely
the
the
majority,
minority.
but I don't think it's there yet.
I agree. I don't know if it's quite at the point where we can say cash is underrated yet. I think
I
it's
do.
still got a high enough usage rate where it's pretty on par with its value, I think.
Nah,
But
you guys just
I
aren't
reckon
giving
half.
Damo the respect. He's ahead of his time.
Thanks, Kerwin.
With
I
you
appreciate
100%.
you.
Good on you, Damo. Well, look, nonetheless, I do appreciate the hot take. I didn't think we were going to
Yeah.
get any as much tension, friction out of this
Let-
one,
So
out of
you get
most
fire
underrated.
started.
But yeah, no, it's been good so far. Well, I think Kerwin is nearly coming up to
Yeah.
having
Surely he's ready.
the biggest answer ever. So take
Look,
us away,
I'm
Kerwin.
gonna solve Darcy's problems here as well. But with my most underrated is getting in the kitchen so this is a skill. Getting in the kitchen and cooking yourself a meal from fresh food or baking. Just doing it. Underrated. Not enough people do it.
Cooking for
I reckon.
yourself. Underrated. you
No,
reckon?
not just cooking for yourself. Cooking for
Just cooking.
I suppose just cooking.
I mean, cooking your own meals is what I'm saying, not cooking for yourself. Like cooking your own.
Yeah, but it doesn't even have to be a meal. Like I made chocolate croissants the other day, and they
Chocolate sauce, that's a big effort.
they were worth every minute of putting the pastry in the fridge overnight.
All the
That's why I cooked them.
folding.
Yeah.
So much folding in a croissant.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, three folds, 3 times, 9 folds.
Yeah.
Lots of rolling. But yeah, something about you get the satisfaction, and half the time it tastes better than buying yourself stuff out of convenience. So Duff, I reckon you could make your own curry and rice. It'll probably cost you less than $8.50.
Yeah, look, true.
And you probably get multiple uses out of it. You'd probably be able to use it 3 meals, 3 consecutive lunches.
I do have to commute for an hour on a train to get to work, which isn't ideal for transporting a curry.
What's a fridge bag for?
Look, maybe I'll give it a go, and if it's not a disaster and doesn't ruin my laptop in my bag.
And you know what? Fridge bags are an underrated style item.
Yes.
Not only are they useful, but they are stylish. Nothing wrong with repping the blue Aldi fridge bag wherever you go.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Well, Kerwin, I do agree with you in some aspects, but I also strongly disagree with you in some aspects. As fun and enjoyable as it can be cooking for yourself at times, it can also become a very tedious task to do at some times. Like when I lived by myself, I had to cook for myself for a bit. Not that I'm a great cook, but like there'd be sometimes like I always found making pizza fun because it's just like
that
chucking
is
stuff
good.
on a
Yeah.
Be
base.
creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no like right or wrong answer necessarily, but
Yeah.
like then there's times when you make like a pasta, and it's like there's only one way to make a bolognese, really. I mean, I've had some pretty iffy bolognese. One time someone added Vegemite in it.
Oh,
I won't
No,
go too on much about that. But
that's a thing though. I think
no,
I haven't done it myself, but
I don't. It shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I feel like it can't be worse than adding all your vegetables and shit in there.
Well, how much Vegemite was added?
it was like a good
Sure.
couple tablespoons.
Couple
Couple
table.
tablespoons.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
very salty bolognese.
that's
Okay.
It was
overdoing it.
That
at the
is-
same time. It was for
Yeah.
like 5 of us.
But if you add a little bit,
I was
surely.
gonna say
Let me just say now,
maybe
it
a couple
wasn't my
of
mum. My
teaspoons
mum
or
makes a
something.
great bolognese.
I was gonna say Narelle's bolognese. Top
Yeah,
shelf.
pretty good. But yeah, I feel like experimenting in the kitchen is fun. Like cooking different stuff, making different things. But then at the same time, it can become pretty boring and tedious at times. And then there's the good old saying, time is money and money is time. And you don't have time every night to be cooking this big, glorious, or even just small little items. I
Yeah.
do agree that sometimes cooking can be fun for yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, not all the time.
No, I feel that. I probably should have reworded what I said when I say cooking for yourself, but like cooking for whether it's like a house or something. I feel like cooking for
Yeah.
one's probably the hardest thing to actually do
Yeah.
because everything
Keep
you
it
have
in
to
a
buy.
budget and everything.
Yeah,
Especially 'cause
portioning is
it works out so expensive because everything you have to buy, you can't really buy pasta for a portion size of one, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like cooking for
Yeah,
one
exactly.
would be, no, I do respect that point, Ed.
Oh, I'm glad we can
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Cooking for yourself when you've got other people in the house.
When you've got other
And
people, like cooking for a group or like.
Yeah, no, I
friends,
know
yeah.
that's what you're saying, Kevin, but I'm saying now that cooking for yourself is more enjoyable when there's ingredients in the house for
Yeah.
a house of more than one
Yeah,
person.
obviously when you don't have
Like
to
you're living with your family and you just cook your own dinner or cook your own
Yeah.
lunch, that's good because you know that everything else is going to get eaten at some point by other people there. So you
That's
don't
a
have to
good
worry
point.
about buying all that
Waste.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
good
another
point.
sort of stand you could take on it is like instead of using like jar stuff, like for example, jar carbonara sauce that's full of cream and stuff.
Yeah.
Carbonara isn't even meant to have cream in it.
Yes, it is.
There's a hot take for you. No, it doesn't. Not the Italian way, Duff.
Really?
What you do is, you
Oh, just
stir.
egg and cheese. Egg and cheese, isn't
No,
it?
it's literally just egg, and the egg makes it creamy. So
Yeah.
you take the pasta off and you stir it through the like pancetta if you're, having a
Yeah.
rich carbonara, or you can just use bacon.
I think it's quite an
like-
Americanized form of it, is to have all
Yeah.
the cream in there.
And you'll find you'll probably be eating a bit healthier sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you'll be
you know.
using fresher ingredients normally.
I made a mac and cheese. I made
Yeah.
that a staple of my repertoire, and
Wow.
the caloric tidal wave that is. So I mean, there's health and there's joy, but joy can be healthy. That's all I'm gonna say.
It can.
Can be.
Harder to be healthy, but it can be.
That's
Yeah.
going on your kitchen wall when you're growing up, Kerwin. Have your own house.
Yeah.
Joy can be healthy. Along with live, love, laugh. It's a
Right,
good one,
cheese, man.
Kerwin. I like that
What's-
answer.
what have you got?
I'll just get you to, buy me a chalkboard and write inspirational quotes on it, and I'll hang it in
Sounds
my house.
good.
Be my house
I'll
warming
figure out how
friend.
to do that fancy joint writing for you as well. So like,
If I ever
fits
have
the-
enough cash on the side to buy myself a house.
sounds like it's in the near future from what I've been
It'll be
hearing. but-
untraceable. No one will know you bought that house if you buy it in
Yeah,
cash.
exactly.
I want to know where you live. Secure.
Yeah, cash.
That's a power move, though. Just quickly, paying for a house
Buy
in
the house
cash.
in cash. That is.
That is pretty sick.
If you can pull that off, that's massive.
Imagine, but like,
What percentage of people can actually do that though?
imagine the size of the nuts
Very
on people. Like,
few.
you'd have to, like, even at an auction, you'd like literally bid a price and then go, actually, I'll cut you a deal with cash. Unlawfully.
Yeah.
That'd be unreal.
Imagine coins as well. That's
And then
even
lowball
Oh,
them.
coins. You have to have truckloads of coins.
You'd
$1
Literally.
million
you'd
$1
literally need a
coins.
semi-trailer.
Well, the only thing is then the real estate agent takes all this cash to the bank to like put it in,
Yeah.
and they're like, what's going on here? Is there a bit of
Yeah, and they'll
that's
be like,
very
who
fishy.
did they get it from? And you'd be like, not me. Wasn't me. Heck, you can't prove it was me.
Right,
anyway, so I'll take it away for my last one. I was gonna say that I think the most underrated thing in life is a good cold shower. I might have talked to you guys about this before, but for me, I value a cold shower on a hot day or like after going to the beach or something, well above a hot shower on a cold day.
It has to be a hot day, though. I'm not having a cold shower in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying in general a cold shower is better. Like, I'd probably about 75% of the time I'd have a hot shower, but a cold shower on a hot day is way better than a hot shower on a cold day.
100%. I'd even substitute, especially when we're down in Warrnambool, just diving straight into that Antarctic water and calling it evens.
Yeah, but it's all about the experience. You want to experience the ocean and the shower together. So you sort of just...
The shower is a big part. A part I do look forward to after a beach sesh is having a shower and getting all the salt and sand off you. It does feel pretty good. And it is nice because on a particularly hot day, walking back from the beach can undo all of the niceness of being at the beach because it's so hot. You know, like one of those really, really bad days. And then just getting back and, jumping under a cold shower. Ooh, lovely.
Well, from what I'm hearing, it doesn't sound like it was too underrated of an opinion. So,
well, time and a place, I reckon.
Yeah,
like,
it
you
is
need
a
to
bit
be
of
in the
time.
mood for a cold shower.
Yeah. I know people that just regularly, on a regular day, they'll have a hot shower and at the end, turn it on cold for a little bit.
Turn it cold.
I
do that a fair bit.
I
It
do
wakes
not
you
have
up.
the willpower to make myself do that. I don't think I'd be able to handle. Like it makes it so like uncomfortable and like you can't breathe properly because it sucks all the air out of you. I don't know.
The thing is,
about it.
You'll hate it, but like it wakes you up. Like all you do is have it hot, and then all of a sudden you go from hot to full cold.
Couple seconds.
It's just like 3 seconds under. And you come out and you're like, wow, I'm awake. And then like, you know that feeling where you have a shower and then like you get out of the shower and it's like really cold out because the shower was so hot. Like not really cold, but like you're feeling a bit chilly. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, having that cold like rush at the end sort of, you don't get that feeling anymore because you're already cold. Exactly.
So these people that I know they're doing this are doing it for like long, like half minute to a minute kind of thing. Like
they're crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
No, I rate cold showers for like recovery. Like
you an ice bath guy?
You're such an athlete, Kieran.
Nah, well, I just like I'm really not, but like I feel like that's a thing. Like I've definitely done a hot cold shower before.
Yeah.
Like it's not out of the ordinary, and you finish on cold. I think. I have to revise my sports science days.
Yeah, I think you do. It has lots of health benefits having a cold shower, and that's why people do it. But to get back like to Ed's original scenario,
and it doesn't sizzle your swimmers either.
What was that?
It doesn't sizzle your swimmers either. The cold shower.
No, but it's also not good for them to be cold. So you got to swings and
exactly.
roundabouts, I guess.
Well, I suppose you just gotta keep them warm as best you can. Keep them away.
Just gotta look after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess speaking of showers, boys,
Ooh.
I know a few of us don't mind turning a bit cold at the end or whatever, but I guess this is a good segue into the song of the decade because I know that many of these songs on this list I enjoy listening in the shower, and
Wow, what a segue.
I did try hard on that one, to be honest.
That
I
was
was
good.
thinking about it for like
How
last
long have you
minute.
been planning that for?
No, honestly, like I'm gonna give it to myself. That only took about a minute
was
of
good.
brainstorming.
That was
I just
good.
cut out
Very well
Kerwin for a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, this is easy. But
it's
yeah, I
fair
guess
enough.
if we're all ready to get that going, I'm happy
Absolutely.
to.
Let's dive into it.
Yeah.
It's been a
Well,
while since we had some music, so I'm ready for the next batch. We'd be on the last quadrant, wouldn't we? Now
we
the
are
last
on
16?
the last half. So
Or
we've done the
32. Last 32.
last 32. That's the one.
Yeah.
First matchup, guys. Lonely by Akon and Holiday by Green Day. I'm gonna go with Lonely by Akon. I love that song. Instant classic when I first heard it. Who else?
I'll back you up there. Akon's got my vote.
I'm going
Brilliant.
to go the opposite way and go with Holiday
Ooh.
by Green Day. I feel, though, it might be a bit swayed, this vote, because I like how on that album, they've got multiple tracks, like multiple songs on the same track. So, like, Holiday is mixed with another song. I feel like it's a very famous one of theirs, but
American Idiot.
it's American Idiot. Yeah, I thought so. Oh no, the album is American Idiot, but it's Holiday and Boulevard of Broken Dreams, which are two of my
Okay.
favorites on that album.
Yeah.
And I feel like I like Holiday more because it goes into Boulevard of Broken Dreams like that. But regardless, I like
So
it
you're a big
more than
Green
Lonely.
Day fan, are you, Das?
Well, not really. I did used to like it because it's my dad's favorite band. So I listened to
Oh, there
it
you
a bit when
go.
I was younger.
Wow, hey.
Shout
Or
out
one
to
of his favorite actually. He also likes Powderfinger and Midnight Oil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some classic Aussie
But
bands.
What's his
yeah,
thought on like
definitely.
hunters and collectors and that sort of thing?
I don't know actually. I'm not sure about them. They
Okay.
weren't in high rotation when I was a youngster.
Might have to
But
ask him
Green Day
yourself,
definitely
Kerwin.
was. Yeah.
When have you? Pardon?
You might have to ask
Ask
him
him
yourself.
Oh, I probably will. Yeah.
But
It'd be
anyway,
very
Green
cool.
Day was yeah. That, and I remember those two. And I like the transition of that song, so I feel like that's kind of swaying my vote a bit. But I do like it more than Lonely, regardless, so it's getting my vote.
Just
Very
out of
good.
curiosity, what happens if I vote for Holiday?
Ed
If you
gets
vote for
final say.
Holiday, I get the final say, so I'll go with Lonely because this is my segment and I play by my rules because I'm a big boy.
eyeball my
Okay,
rule.
fair enough. Oh,
Exactly.
purely because I'd never heard Lonely before. Like literally before 2 minutes ago when I quickly skimmed over it. I'm going to go with Holiday. I actually don't hate it as a song.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Um,
go. Fans, just so you all know, it was 2-2.
If it came on, I definitely wouldn't skip past it. I'd definitely hear it out to the end. I think that's an indicator of a good song.
It is.
Definitely. But yeah, as I said, 2-2 on that one, but I'm the big boy here, so we go by my rules.
Lonely takes the cake.
Lonely
F in
takes
the
the
chat.
cake.
F in the chat for Holiday.
F's in the chat
for
for
Holiday.
Holiday, yeah, exactly.
In the chat, yeah.
Yeah, chuck a comment with a fat F. You know, spice up the comment section a little bit. We love to see it. A milkshake
F's out
with the
for the
boys.
boys.
And if you put an F, we'll reply. We'll heart react it. Anyway,
That's
next.
custard.
What was that, Damo?
That's custard.
Oh, absolute custard. Righto, next matchup, we've got Before the Worst by The Script and 17 by Jet. This is a bloody tough one, isn't it? For me, anyway. I'd
Well, you
probably
did it
just
to
have to
yourself,
go
didn't you? Make your own
Before
rules.
the Worst for me. I did.
Yeah, look, I'm in a similar situation to Kerwin here, where I didn't really know 17. I'd heard it, I recognized the chorus, but not much besides that. So, yeah, and I didn't recognize Before the Worst just by the name, but I do know the song, hearing it, and I prefer it. So that's getting my vote.
Very good.
Oh, well, I'm going with 17.
Oh.
I actually don't hate a bit of Jet, especially when it comes on in the shower or in the car.
See, I feel like
definitely
Before the
don't
Worst
hate
is a
him.
great shower song. You can really belt it out.
I can belt it out, unapologetically.
Unlike
Maybe
Single
a bit
Ladies by
apologetically
Beyonce,
if
was it?
there's-
No, Irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
That's your favourite blast in the shower song, isn't it, Kerwin?
Quietly confident it's in songs to sing in the shower on Spotify. Like,
Guys,
Spotify
That is a great
playlist.
playlist by
There you
Daniel
go.
Curran. Check it out, listeners.
Yeah,
Give it a
It's
follow.
not by me. It's by Spotify.
Oh,
Well,
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I
go
thought it was
follow
yours.
Spotify then.
I'll take the credit.
Yeah.
I'll take the credit and
For
say,
years,
wow,
I
I've
thought
got
this
like
was
a
your
million
playlist.
followers.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's not
Wow,
my
you're a
playlist.
fraud, mate.
I just follow it. I'm not a fraud, man. I openly admit it.
You've led me to
No.
believe you've made this playlist. I've never once sought to put it on my phone, so I didn't realize how many.
Well, now
Followers
you're
actually
making
had.
it out. Now you're making it out that I told you that I made it and it was my
Actually,
playlist.
it was my
I
assumption. that
never
you made
once
it.
took ownership of this.
Look, Darcy was
You
making
never
it sound like
corrected me,
he definitely owned the playlist, but anyway, we'll continue.
Oh, because I was the only person that ever played it. Oh,
Yeah, that's why. That's
gee.
why. Anyway,
You're
David,
out to
what are
get me
your
this
thoughts?
Got over
weekend, I'll tell
here.
you what.
It's got no mates. Anyway, Damo, what you got here, buddy?
Yeah, well, 17. I didn't recognise it by name. Once listening to it, I did recognise it, but I think Before the Worst for mine. It's a classic song from that time period that gets that feelings of nostalgia, which is a great human weakness.
That is true. That's a great point.
Hmm.
Next matchup, Complicated by Avril Lavigne versus Kids by MGMT. I'll take it away here. A few of the boys from Terang College, a school I used to go to, would absolutely destroy me because of how much I love Avril Lavigne and Complicated. I was always playing it during recess and lunch, and I don't see how you don't find this song just amazing. However, I have grown up a little bit since then, and as much as I still do love the song, I love Kids by MGMT. It's a classic tune, so I'm going to go Kids. Who else?
Yeah, I'm going to back you up there. I feel like it isn't the most favourable matchup for Avril Lavigne here.
Yeah.
Kids is quite a more upbeat vibe than Complicated. And I also like the song Opposite of Adults by Chitty Bang, which kind of samples the intro from MGMT.
Yep.
And
What
so
a banger that is.
without Kids, I wouldn't have that song. So that's another reason why I'm going to vote for Kids.
I mean, there's every chance that Chitty Bang could have come up with the song itself.
It is possible. You couldn't rule it out, but wouldn't be as direct, I wouldn't have thought.
I'm sure he's a talented musician.
Probably.
Yeah.
We've had a couple good songs.
Well, Kerwin, what do you think then, mate? You going Kids as well?
Yeah, I'm going Kids as well.
You ripper. And Damo.
Yeah, it's a sweep. And going back to
Sweep.
songs Kerwin would love to belt out in the shower, I reckon the chorus of Kids you can belt out anywhere.
Yep. Definitely.
The shower. Exactly. Who needs a shower?
I'm thinking maybe a mall be a good place because it's one of those songs that you get a few people singing along with you.
They go
Bit
viral.
of a flash mob style thing. Man.
We call them
that's
shopping
exactly
centres here, Ed, but that's okay.
Oh, look, I was trying to keep up with the big urban metro slang, but I guess I'll just keep to my country roots. Sorry, Kerwin. Anyway, next matchup, we got She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5 versus Gold Digger by Kanye West. I won't go first this time because I've spoke a lot already, so someone else hit me up.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I think my vote is going to go for Gold Digger. It's another similar situation to the last one, I think, the matchup there. She Will Be Loved, a slower vibe to Gold Digger. And Gold Digger is just a classic. I mean, it comes on multiple times a night out, no matter where you are. And everyone loves it. So, I mean, I've got to give my vote to Gold Digger.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you, Darth.
Oh.
I do.
I know you are a bit of a Maroon 5 fan.
Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy Gold Digger as a song. but I don't want to have to go out and hear it more than once, or hear any song more than once.
Fair enough.
If that makes sense.
Fair enough. It's
Like,
a bit
I
overplayed.
feel like when I go out, I'll boogie to it once, but I'm not saving my energy to then do it a second time an hour and a half later.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's no energy conservation in clubs, but on the contrary, She Will Be Loved. I actually, Ed and I went to the Maroon 5 concert together, didn't we, Ed?
That we did.
And they
Golden
performed
hands.
it. Yeah, they performed it. Yeah, it was the cutest moment ever. Definitely a highlight. And yeah, She Will Be Loved is really good, even live. A lot of songs sort of get like, I know, like there's a potential sometimes for like an audience to, or not an audience, but like someone to be disappointed by a song that's performed live versus what they hear on Spotify or on the radio or whatever. But I found it just as good live. That's why I'm going with She Will Be Loved.
A great point, Cohen.
Yep.
Damo?
Well, I will be going with Gold Digger. Very, very catchy. I'm not one to go out, so I don't have the problem of hearing it 3 times in the club. My music selection when I stay at home is my own, so I make sure I don't double up. So no problems.
It's a great point, Damo. My problem with Gold Digger is not so much the double playing when you like go out or anything. It more has to do with the all of the 17-year-old girls at the club. They always know all the lyrics to the song, and it does my head in. I'm like, you should be studying for your exams right now or doing something rather than being
that is a direct crack at me.
How's this a crack at you?
Why is there 17-year-old girl at the club for a start?
Well,
Well,
why
that's
do
what
you
I'm
know
trying
they're
to say,
17,
Damo.
Ed? That's what I want to know.
Well, I know they're 17 because they look like they're 12. So I don't know, Cohen. I don't know they're 17, but you're blind if you think that there's not plenty of 17-year-olds in a club these days. Clubs will do anything for your money. They don't care if it's legal or not.
Yeah.
And they gotta keep that guy to girl ratio even. So they gotta let the 17-year-old girls in. Anyway, point being, I will go She Will Be Loved because of how much it annoys me that all the girls at the clubs know the lyrics to that song. Even though it was a good
Fair
song,
enough.
year 12 me would have been like, yeah, Gold Digger all day, but I love She Will Be Loved.
Nice.
Next matchup, we got Forever by Chris Brown versus Toxic by Britney Spears. I'm expecting brooms on this one. I'm going to be very disappointed if there's not. I'm going to go Forever by Chris Brown by, as Nugget would say, the straight of the Flemington. No? Yes?
By the length of the
right?
Flemington Strait.
Length of the Flemington Strait.
Length
That's
of the
what I
Flemington,
said. Nug says
sorry.
the length of the, what was the straight that Nug was talking about?
I don't know. It
It's
wasn't
the really
really
short
straight
one.
though. It was more just a curve.
Yeah, well, we'll have to ask Nugget. There's a little racetrack which has the shortest straight compared to Flemington. So,
Well, there's a
Definitely
rumour going
not
around. Bit of a sidetrack here, but there's a rumour going around that Nugget has some of the best punting tips on the planet and could potentially be bringing this insight to our viewers in the future. But
that's not a rumour.
Yes.
That's just a fact.
Stay tuned for that.
A fact.
Stay tuned for that,
Wow.
listeners.
Stay tuned.
I'm also going to give my vote to Forever by Chris Brown, as I think all of us will. But I will touch on the subject that we are removing the artist from the music in this case. We don't condone Chris Brown's previous behaviours.
No.
But we do think the song is an absolute cracker. And we don't associate it with him as a person.
Couldn't have said it any better, Das.
Indeed.
It's covering
Before I
ourselves
cast
legally there.
before I cast my vote, I'd just like to go off, backtrack a little bit and say, first of all, we've had a sort of there's been a trend in alcohol topics, and we're thinking of bringing in gambling I'd just like to know when if we're going to continue into this moral spiral out of control, or and start talking about the best party drugs, or are we going to clean up our act? This is atrocious.
We will draw the line there.
Can I just say that you sound like PC Principal right now?
Yeah, well, you'd be upsetting a lot of PC babies, Ed. I think.
Jeez, my bad.
I don't
Look,
think
to be
we're
honest,
getting too off the rails, Kieran. I think
I feel like
I
everything
just
is in
think-
moderation.
I just think our number one ticket holder listener would not appreciate these views and discussions.
No, he wouldn't, knowing his
Rightly
values.
so. He wouldn't stand for this.
Rightly so, exactly.
I'd just like to make a point of it.
Yeah, look,
Hmm.
fair enough. Good. And point well
Interesting.
taken, Kieran.
Okay,
Might
thank
have to
you.
keep that in mind.
Thank you. I'll now cast my vote. I cast it to forever. However, I would like to acknowledge that some say that Britney Spears, even though it's not toxic, was it Hit Me Baby One More Time, I think, was the revolution of what is now modern pop. That was like the turn. Some people
Wow.
say that. There you go. There's a little fun
Wow.
fact for you.
That's a big call.
Thanks, Kerwin.
It's not objective. It's not an opinion I hold. I don't really hold an opinion on it at all. But that's just something a little extra. All my hard work on this podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you
you've
for that,
really
Kerwin.
earned that one,
You're
especially
Side
after
there is immeasurable.
mocking our whole content.
I'm not mocking.
Thanks for that. At Milkshake with the Boys, we like to keep it organic, listeners, all right? And what we say really comes from our heart,
Or our mouth.
or our mouth.
Yeah.
What we say, it's what we mean it. We mean what we say,
We
and
do.
we just let it flow naturally. And that's something that I feel like's missing in a lot of journalism and news and media these days. It's all very fake, but a Milkshake with
Yeah.
the Boys, it's real, just like our milk.
It is real.
Keep it
Real
You're
up.
gonna put me
milk.
Tell you
Keep
what,
it 100.
you better put me to sleep, Ed.
Oh,
please.
this rich coming from you, Kieran.
Wow, after your 2-minute PC principal speech, my bad.
Well, Damo, I don't know if you've cast your vote yet, Damo, but I assume it's going to be a sweep.
I'll just acknowledge Toxic. I don't mind. It's a
Yeah.
guilty pleasure song.
Yeah.
Definitely.
However, you
That's
kind
true.
of hope that if you were, say, on the train, you hope your AirPods wouldn't die or something and it to just start playing out your phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Look,
forever.
Toxic could have beat half the songs on this list
Bad match.
easily.
Yeah,
Forever
It
it's
is
tough
the
matchup
worst
for it.
possible matchup you can get
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Forever might
Yeah,
be
yeah.
short odds. Ask Nugget.
very short odds. I would
I
say.
would say Nugget would be putting that at about $1.10
Ooh,
max.
Wow.
We'll wait and see.
very short.
Anyway, boys, next matchup we've got Roses by Outcast and Leave in brackets Get Out by JoJo. I'll take us away because I feel like my opinion varies from you guys here. I personally enjoy Roses more. I don't dislike Leave Get Out, but Roses is a classic Outcast song for me. Who's next?
Yeah, well, your opinion does vary from mine because I'm going to say Leave. I'm trying to pinpoint what it is about the song that I like, and I can't quite pinpoint it. Just the vibe of the thing, you know. You mentioned the castle earlier, and it's just the vibe of the thing. I think. I don't know. I always just enjoy when it comes on, and quite easy to learn the words, at least the chorus, and
Yeah.
sing along. So, yeah, that's why I'm voting for it.
Yeah. I'm siding with Darth.
Thank you.
I just feel like oh, you're welcome. Sorry, Ed. Probably one of the most half-hearted apologies I'll ever give it
Kerwin,
out. But
gonna finish his sentence or
I just feel like there's better Outcast songs out there.
no,
That's
that's
all
all
I'll
right. I
say.
don't mind.
Yeah,
You're not
definitely,
defending me,
definitely.
mate.
Well, we've
I
already had
really
Hey
respect your
Ya make
opinion.
it through to the next round from our first bracket. So
Exactly right.
yeah. What about you, Damo?
Yeah, reverse sweep almost. We've got JoJo Leave from me. I alluded to it before.
Nice.
a feeling of nostalgia being a great human weakness, and that's definitely the case for this, in my opinion. And just
I don't know
again,
why, but I get vibes of Coach Carter when I listen to it. The movie Coach Carter. I don't know what it is.
okay,
I think it's the
Interesting.
bit where like the guy who's having the baby with the girl.
okay.
I always in my head
Actually,
picture them for some
I get that
reason when I
vibe.
listen to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I get So Fresh vibes. Like, I feel like this was on a So Fresh
Oh,
CD when I was a kid, so like
Definitely.
summer
100%.
holidays.
100%.
Take me back.
Very good. Well, I guess I feel like that's probably one of the first times in this little series that King Edward has been outvoted, but sure, we'll move on from it. No grudges here. Next matchup, we got Live Your Life by T.I. and Rihanna versus Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. Now, this one is a very tricky one for me.
This is tough.
I'm sort of just thinking it off on the spot here, and it comes down to the choruses. And right now, I'm thinking, do I value Live Your Life more as a chorus or Since You've Been Gone?
Yeah, you haven't made it easy on yourself because they are two hot choruses.
They are two hot choruses. At the end of the day, sorry, I think it's just gonna have to come down to Since You've Been Gone for me. Probably easily Kelly Clarkson's best song, and I love how like sort of upbeat it is, but at the same time it's sort of like it's not supposed to be super upbeat, but it's like she's happy, and you get that happy vibe from her. So yeah.
I have mentioned previously in this segment that I am a fan of Pitch Perfect, the films, and this is a classic Pitch Perfect song. But Live Your Life does have the nice Easter egg, which I like to tell people about, my fun fact, that depending on which way you want to hear it, it does sound like, instead of I'm a paper chaser, it sounds like Rihanna saying, I'm a big fucking slut, if you try to hear it that way, which just gives it that edge of novelty where you can change it up depending on how you're feeling on the day or how you're feeling on the chorus.
Well,
And I think
Is that
I'm going to give
the
my vote to
podcast
Live Your
first
Life.
F-bomb?
I reckon that is, Kevin. I was just going
We
to say,
might
we
have
need to
to
celebrate
censor
this
it,
moment.
actually. That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Let that,
We'll
let it
embrace it,
exist.
I
We'll keep
reckon.
that one in.
Subtitles and everything.
I think we'll keep that one in, and then we'll just bleep out the rest. You can have the only non-bleeped
Wow.
F-bomb.
I think it's definitely worth it for that little tidbit.
You
I
get the
think.
privilege of the one F-bomb. Plus,
Gee, thanks,
it's got a
boys.
lot of context behind it, this one
It does. It does.
So I would say it's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So anyway, yes, I give my vote to Live Your Life by T.I. and Rihanna.
Very good. Who's next? Who has an opinion?
Everyone has an opinion, Evan. I'd be happy to share mine if you'd like.
Go
That'd
on.
be fantastic.
Yes, please.
Oh yes, that's the idea.
Thanks, Kelvin. I'm going with Live Your Life as well. Not to discount Since You've Been Gone. I think that is also an excellent song, but again, in the playoffs, sometimes you just get a bad matchup. And just Live Your Life, powerful, big, happy
Definitely.
party anthem.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Kerwin, can he make or break the decision?
God. Probably
Or
the
just not get
toughest
involved.
one.
Someone
Oh
chuck in
my
a 10 minutes later SpongeBob meme right now, please.
Oh,
One eternity
yeah,
later.
with confidence.
I could literally flip a coin. Like,
Do it then.
It is tough.
Go
This
on,
is
do
one
it.
of the toughest matchups, I think, in the whole bracket.
I've quite a few memories of on the Wii. They had they have like the You Sing game, and you got like the microphone for the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, Since You've Been Gone was a hit on You Sing, Wii or whatever on the Wii. But I honestly don't even remember what it's called. But then also Live Your Life is a bit. Also like, I'll tell you what, Ed and I's car trips, road trips.
Yep.
That comes on and
It does.
yeah, 4 minutes.
goes
So how
hard.
long it goes for? It
The
disappears.
pulsar.
Yeah. Or
Shakes the
in
whole thing
Commodore,
up.
does it all. Yeah. Well, it does. Geez, insert a 10 minutes later for me, please, because it's going to take me forever to work out what I want to pick.
1 eternity
Okay.
later.
For a bit of diversity, I think we'll go Kelly Clarkson, because I feel like there's a bit of
Jeez.
R&B hip hop in there already. So I'm going to go since you've been gone.
So this means that it's going to go through because Ed gets the final pick.
Yeah, it
We've
is.
just lost Live Your Life now.
We need a
It's
phone a
Kevin.
friend system, I reckon.
Someone call Nugget. What's it?
Wake him
Oh,
up.
the phone a
Wow, I
friend
can't
system-
believe we've
oh,
lost Live
yeah.
Your Life.
Yeah, I know.
In the first
Maybe
round.
we might have to do some sort of honourable mentions system.
Well, we have
Not
to
a
do
honourable
lucky
mention,
losers.
but
We'll have to do like a repechage.
like a Gills Lucky Dip.
That's
Who
right.
knows?
I think
We
that's a
can-
great idea.
We can replace
do a-
Live Your Life with any other song that we think just borderline made it.
We could do a Cam Luke wildcard round, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Terang Mega Bowl.
Do you lot know how? Do you guys know how repechage works?
I do
No.
know.
Lightness.
So basically, whichever song wins, every song that it knocks out plays off in its own round robin to then determine
Oh,
the winner of everyone that lost to
Oh,
winner, yeah.
so the 4 songs that lose to the winning
whichever song wins. Yep, they do a round robin. Well, not a round
That's
robin. They'll
actually
do
not a
like
bad idea.
2 semi-finals, and then you have a winner from that.
Maybe that can be in our last little episode, including this segment. Just figure out that part.
And they
that
kind of get
element
like
of it.
an unofficial bronze medal.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
No, I like that idea, Kevin.
All
Very
right.
good.
Geez, what's our last matchup?
Righto, last one. We've got Taylor Swift Love Story versus Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne. I know Das, his arousal levels are very high right now.
Very high, indeed.
No, he loves some love
You do
story.
love the Swiftie, yeah.
I am a Swiftie. Yeah, that's
Would
true.
you say you're a Swifter? Is that what she calls her fans? Swifters?
Swifties, I think, is the
Ah,
term.
Swifties.
Normally associated with teenage girls, I must admit, but I am a big Taylor Swift fan. So yeah, look, it's pretty obvious where my vote's going to. This is a Love Story is a game-changing song, really. Like the narrative, the songwriting, the musical composition, it's just a classic, and probably the song that really put her on the map, I would say, to get to the real level of popularity she is now. Her first sort of breakout songs were a bit earlier than this, but this is the real one that sort of took off. And,
Yeah,
From star to superstar.
cementing her
exactly.
place.
And so it holds a special place in my heart because of that. It's not my favorite Taylor Swift song of all time, but it does have a special place. So
Is it your favorite Taylor Swift
Swift
song of the 2000s?
I'm trying to think what other album she had. I don't even think it's my favorite song on that album, to be fair. So probably not.
There you go.
God, I'd love to hear your passion for the other songs on that album.
Well, it's on Fearless, I'm pretty sure, and I do like Fearless. I think. Let me just check.
While you're
yes,
checking,
it is.
Oh, okay.
You Belong With Me is also on that album, which is an absolute banger.
Yes.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Banger.
So I think and Fearless itself is a good song. So look, yeah, it's not. I guess I can't say it is because it's not my favorite on the album. But anyway, what do you boys think?
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
Love Story, all day, every day.
Yeah. As much as I rate Skater Boy still, like Love Story just takes a cake, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a song that I think got overplayed initially on the radio, in my opinion, but it's come back to me over time. So, Love Story, brooms out.
Very nice.
Well, there you go, listeners. That tops off our 8 picks that go on to the next round for the week. So just a quick recap. We've got Lonely by Akon, Before the Worst by The Script, Kids by MGMT, She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5, Forever by Chris Brown, Leave/Get Out by JoJo, Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, and Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, so making progress on this list.
Definitely.
Maybe, not too long to go. We're starting to get through it. But
Yeah.
let us know what you think, viewers and listeners. Sorry, depending how you choose to join into our podcast. But yeah, looking forward to wrapping this one up for you.
Drop an F in the chat for the Fallen songs.
Drop an F in the chat. Yeah, send us your opinions on the music or anything else. You might have had thought our takes were a bit hot with our most underrated calls. So let us know what you think about that. You can hit us up on Instagram at MSWTB_pod, or at Twitter, which is at MilkshakeWTB. So let us know your thoughts, or as always, leave a comment down below. And until next time, shake on, Shake Nation.
Night, mate.